Hi guys, welcome to Flip the Deck Tarot. In today's pick a card reading, we're going to be getting messages from the person on your mind. So we're going to find out what the person you're thinking of wants to tell you, what they want to communicate to you. So I have 4 readings for you to choose from today, and today you're going to be picking hearts. So I have these different stones in the shapes of hearts for you to choose from. For group 1, we have this Labradorite heart. For group 2, we have this opalite heart. For group 3, this is an angel aura quartz heart. And for group 4, a strawberry quartz heart. So as always, take as much time as you need to make your selections. Pick whichever stone you feel the most drawn to. If you feel drawn to more than one, then there's probably a message for you in that reading. So feel free to choose more than one reading if you feel drawn to more than one. I will leave your timestamps in the description box down below, and I will see you in your reading. I'm going to jump in and get started with reading number 1. Hi, number 1. If you were drawn to the Labradorite heart, this is your reading. We're going to get messages from the person on your mind and find out what that person wants to communicate with you. So let's go ahead and jump into some of your oracle cards. So you got a nostalgia card and an environment card. So let's look at your nostalgia card. Okay, we have passing notes. And we also got cliff. So right away, I'm kind of picking up on, because you did have that nostalgia card come out first, this might be somebody that you've known for quite a while. This might even be someone that you have a childhood connection with. Yeah, I'm picking up on that. For some of you, you might have gone to school with this person, so you might have literally passed notes in class with this person. If this isn't someone that you've known since childhood, this is definitely somebody that you have a lot of fond memories with. This is somebody who has a lot of fond memories about the time that the two of you spent together. And I think they really want to communicate with you that there is a fondness there, that they do remember the good times and that they think about those good times often. I am also, for a lot of you, this person on your mind might be particularly gifted when it comes to writing. So this might be somebody who likes to write. They might write professionally. I'm picking up on like blogger or article writer for some of you. They might be somebody who, again, we had that image of like in class. So some of you might have had like a language class with this person, like you might have had English class with them, or maybe you studied a foreign language with them, or if you're from a country that does not speak English primarily, maybe you were in, whatever language you speak natively, you were in that class with this person. There is a connection there when it comes to writing. So if this isn't someone who writes professionally or who you know to be gifted at writing, I think what this person is trying to communicate is that they think that they would be able to express their feelings to you a lot easier through written word. So this is someone who feels like there's a lot that they have on their mind that they want to express to you, and they want to put it down in writing, because I have a feeling that when the two of you are like face to face, or maybe you don't get that opportunity to be face to face very often, but when the two of you are face to face, they kind of choke up a little bit. They kind of lose their nerve. They stumble over their words. Their mind goes blank. So I think that when they're in their own quiet space, they're able to think about all of the feelings that they have for you and communicate that easier by writing it all down. I think that for some of you, this is through text message. So for some of you, it might be that the two of you communicate primarily through text message. You may have even met in a like unconventional way where you exchange emails or text messages as your primary form of communication, and maybe you don't have that physical relationship, or you haven't had that in a while. It might just be the way your relationship started was mainly through letters or through text messages. I think that there is this feeling too coming from this person that it's like they wish that it could be as simple as it used to be. So there might be a little bit of ease that was lost in this connection. I think for those of you who have known this person since childhood, maybe since a time when you were innocently passing notes to each other in class, they kind of wish that the things that they have on their mind that they want to express to you, that it was that easy to communicate these heavier issues and topics to you as it was when they could just pass you a simple note, or maybe as it was when the communication in your relationship flowed easier. So some of you might be in some form of separation, and maybe you haven't talked to this person in a little while. There is a sense of them wanting communication to be easier between the two of you. So I do think that for a lot of you, this person has put their feelings for you in writing. I think that it will vary depending on your situation, but some of you, your person writes the things down just to get them off of their mind, just to get them off of their chest, off of their heart. And for others of you, they write the things down to actually communicate them to you. They might intend to send you a letter or to send you an email or send you a text message explaining more, because I get the feeling that there's a lot of unanswered questions in this connection. There's a lot that has gone unsaid, and your person really wants to communicate all of the missing pieces. It's like there's missing pieces to the puzzle, and they know that you're feeling left in the dark a bit, and they want to communicate these things to you. They want to, I think they want to be thorough about their feelings, and the idea of writing it down allows them to be thorough. So there's definitely a nervousness here. I'm getting a nervous energy, especially with this cliff here. They are particularly nervous about communicating with you, and that's probably why they feel more comfortable communicating through writing. There is one more thing kind of coming up about this passing notes. I am feeling that for some of you, this can indicate like gossip or rumors. So some of you might be in a connection where there's a lot of outside influences dictating what's going on in your relationship. And I think your person wants to communicate to you about maybe some elements of that you're not even aware of. Maybe there are people kind of pulling strings behind the scenes, or this person is worried about how your relationship will be perceived. I think there's some kind of reluctance on their part, and it could have to do with outside influences and just kind of like how the relationship will be judged. So that is an element for some of you that is coming into why this person's communication feels a little bit stalled and stunted. So if we look at this cliff card, I can really tell that everything that's weighing heavy on this person's heart that they want to communicate with you, they feel extremely anxious when they think about doing that. It's like if you imagine yourself right at the edge of a cliff, ready to jump, but you keep, you know that feeling of like, count to 3 and then I'm going to jump. 1, 2, 3, jump, and you don't move. I think that's how this person feels. They take themselves right to the edge of that cliff. They feel all of the nerves and all of the anxious feelings associated with communicating some really deep feelings to you. And then they kind of like count to 3 and nothing comes out. That's probably why they're wanting to put some of this into writing. I think also for some of you, your person, they have journal entries about you. So they may write in a form where they don't intend to give you the message. They never intend for you to see this, but they write it just to get it off of their, just kind of off of their minds. So for some of you, when communication does open up with this person, I think they're going to reveal some of this to you. They're going to show you journal entries that they may have made about you, kind of like love letters that they wrote to you, or just really deep, heartfelt messages that they never intended for you to see. But I am seeing that for some of you, you will actually get the opportunity to read some of this stuff when the two of you come together in a more physical sense. This person really wants you to know, though, like, that they have wanted to reach out to you so many times. They want you to understand how many times they've wanted to reach out, or how many times they've wanted to communicate some of these deeper things, some of these deeper feelings. If this is someone you talk to regularly and you don't hear these these type of messages from them, they think about expressing some of their deeper feelings and some of the stuff that makes them feel more vulnerable. They think about expressing that every time they talk to you. And you know, it's again, 1, 2, 3, I'm gonna say it, and then they don't say it. Yeah, there's a lot of anxious feelings here. Let's look at some more of your oracle cards so we can, from the Hidden Truth deck, let's see. I feel you even when we are apart. Yeah. So for a lot of you, this is about a separation. Yeah, there is a separation here, and your person wants you to know that they're thinking about you a lot. Like, getting you off of their mind is impossible. And I think for them, it goes even deeper than having you on their mind. You're not really a thought on their mind so much as a feeling in their soul, like a feeling down to their essence, to their essential being. So they feel so connected to you. They feel really locked in. They miss you like crazy. Even if you see this person like somewhat regularly or often, they miss you when the two of you are not together. They actually like physically yearn for you when you're not next to them. I think that this connection is striking me as one where your higher selves are really in connection. This is probably why this person can feel your energy when you're not physically together, because your higher selves are linked up and are kind of always together. Like, there's this feeling of connection and of like union that has taken place between your higher selves. So when you are physically not in contact, it's like a void. This person really feels the void of that distance. I think for some of you, if this is a newer connection, which it kind of doesn't feel like that, but for some of you, it might be a newer connection. I think that this person is really starting to understand the depth of their feelings for you. And it's probably scaring them a bit. It's giving them this I'm at the edge of a cliff sort of energy, because having this yearning for you when the two of you are not physically close is a new feeling for them. And it can be a little bit scary, nerve-wracking. They feel a little bit thrown off by feeling such a connection to you. But they're definitely tuned into your energy. And this person feels like they can kind of sense and pick up on what's going on in your life, even if the two of you are separated. They can feel when you're having a bad day. They can feel when you need a hug, or like if you feel a little bit excited, or like they want to celebrate with you. They feel like they have that connection with you on such a soul level that they can kind of pick up on what's going on in your life, or your lives might closely mirror one another. So yeah, I think this person really wants to communicate to you the depth of feeling here, the depth of this connection. It might not be something that they have openly communicated with you about. And I am getting the feeling that it's like they know that they haven't been as forthcoming with this information, that you might be in the dark a little bit, but they want you to kind of know how serious this is for them, how deep it goes for them. Let's see what other cards you have. Okay, so we have abundance. I am a limitless being and can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. So this person is, I think that their intention here is to grow with you. Like, they do have to get over the hurdle of communicating with you in a more open way, but I think that they see a lot of potential here, and their intention is good. Their nerves are high. I keep being drawn back to that cliff energy and literally getting the feeling of like I'm on the edge of this cliff and I'm about to jump. So their nerves, their anxiety level, very high about this connection, but they really do see the potential here. I think that this shows how open they are to exploring this. So you might not have known if they're open to this or not, because their communication might, I mean, for lack of a better word, it might suck. I think that they think their communication kind of sucks. I think when they write it down, their communication is clear. It's really to the point, but they can only really do that because they know you're not going to see whatever they've written. So I think that they're really working on transitioning to a place where they can allow all of these beautiful things to flow into their life. But it's like, it's a bit of a job for them. It's a little bit of work for them to do. They're doing it though. Like they're very open to growing and to improving in this way. They might not even recognize their own power when it comes to their ability to make decisions in their own life. So I am kind of picking up on that from this abundance card, and like the idea of being a limitless being and the idea of being able to manifest whatever they want. I think for some of you, your person is a little bit new to this concept. This concept is new to them. They haven't been friends. They're not familiar with each other. And this person's kind of coming to the realization that they have more control over their life and what goes on and who's in it and all of that than they may have thought in the past. So I am drawn back to that passing notes energy and the idea that for some of you, outside influences might be kind of dictating what goes on in this connection. So I think that your person is coming to terms with what kind of a creator they want to be, and how much power they can exert in their own lives, and maybe taking back some of that control. Yeah, they're taking back some of that control. They want you to know, most of all, how lucky they feel to have you in their lives. This is like, no matter in what capacity you've been able to show up in their life, they're really grateful for you. They feel really lucky, and they feel a sense of gratitude toward this connection. But it does feel like they're overcoming something. They're kind of working to overcome something, and that's what's led them to be a little bit more quiet about their feelings. So let's get your last oracle card. You have children. So this card says your love life is being affected by children. So for some of you, like we were talking about before, this could be a childhood connection. So this might be somebody that you've known since childhood, and this card kind of points me back to that direction. So it might be for some of you that your past is influencing and affecting this connection now in its current state. So there may have been something that happened between the two of you years prior, or when the two of you were like still kids or teenagers, and it's affecting your relationship now. Something that's weighing heavily on them anyway. But I feel like it is maybe having an effect on this relationship in some way. For others of you, this is somebody who has children, or you have children. Maybe both of you have children. And in that case, kind of looking at what's going on with the rest of these oracle cards, I think this is somebody who's very thoughtful about how they're going to approach you. So if they are a parent, or if you are a parent, they want to make sure that the timing is right. They want to make sure that the introduction goes smoothly. They want to make sure that your families can blend and can meld and work beautifully together. They want to make sure that everything is going to function as it should before they communicate how they feel. So they want you to know that there is something that's holding them back that feels really, like, I want to say it feels legitimate. Like it's an actual concern for them. It's a legitimate concern. You would probably see eye to eye about this. You would probably agree, yes, it's best to tread lightly around this topic, or it's best to take things slow, or it's best to maybe not introduce each other to our children, or whatever it might be. There could be an element of that. And I feel like if they did communicate, you would be open to hearing where they are coming from on this, and you would probably agree with a lot of what they say. I am also picking up on that for some of you, this is a person where children are always present. So this doesn't have to be their own children. This can be nieces and nephews or younger siblings. Somebody might be a teacher in this connection. But there's this feeling of children might always be present, and they're listening, and they're kind of nosy, and they I have just like it's a really playful, kind of cute energy, but that kind of annoying energy. Like for those of you who have younger siblings, you kind of know, like, you love them, but they get on your nerves sometimes, and they're like trying to listen in on your phone calls, and they're all in your business, and they're going and telling people things they overheard. So for some of you, there's the element of children, or kind of a youthful, childlike, playful energy around your person. And this could also be your energy that I'm picking up on, but there's this playful energy around the two of you that might at times kind of interfere with communication. This might make it harder to talk about things. It's like the two of you have to talk in code, or you have to steal little moments to communicate with each other, because there might be somebody listening in. One more thing about this children card, I do think that for some of you, your person has maybe a lot of baggage or drama associated with a previous relationship, which could be involving the children. And that's not to say that the children are baggage. I think that you actually, if your person has children, I think you view their children as a plus. I think that you, you kind of see the vision of you all being able to coexist, and you all being able to form a happy family. But I think that because of their past relationship, for some of you, there's a lot of drama associated with it, a lot of drama that they want to clear up, and a lot of drama that they don't want to drag you into. So there's a lot going on with that children card. Take what resonates, because it's different for all of you. In some ways, it feels maybe a little bit heavier, bringing up some past relationship issues. And in other ways, it's kind of funny, and, just gives me like a little, a bit of a playful energy. This person might also just have kind of a playful, childlike nature about them, or the two of you have that energy together. So let's get some tarot cards and just see what else your person wants to communicate with you, or clarify any of these messages that we have already had. Okay, so we have Four of Swords, so there's definitely a feeling of rest. Like I was saying, for a lot of you, there is a separation here, and there's a lot of introspection on your person's part. The Tower. I think that they really want to communicate with you about everything that's going on in their lives, because I think that for a lot of you, your person is really going through a tough time, or has been. I think they might be wrapping this up, but it seems like they have gone through something, and it's caused a lot of nerves and anxiety, and they want to communicate with you about all of the changes that are happening in their lives, all of the, in some cases, all the things that fell apart, and kind of where they are now, how they're feeling now, and where they want to go from here. But they are taking a moment to pull back, and they're taking a moment to kind of rest and recover. I think they need to do that. I don't even know if this person feels like they're making this decision to pull back and to recuperate consciously, but the Tower card really shows that they have been through a bit of an upset. So all of these little things I was picking up on before, maybe drama and outside influences, gossip and other people's opinions, are all playing a role in this connection. And if you're not aware of some of that, because some of it might just be happening on their end, they want to communicate that to you. They want to tell you why they may feel distant, why they've pulled back, why their communication isn't flowing as it should, because there's a lot on their mind. We had the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups is such a sweet energy. It's such a nurturing, sweet, innocent energy. And it's also a nostalgic energy, like we were talking about right in the beginning of the reading. So again, some of you have known this person for quite a while. Some of you shared some really great times and some really fond moments and memories together. And you both are kind of like reminiscing about these times that you spent together. And again, have known this person for long enough that for some of you it might be since childhood. But there's a really sweet energy here, and I feel like this person wants to tell you how much they want to share with you, how kind of like loving and nurturing they want to be towards you. And the Six of Cups also talks about reunions. So this person wants to tell you how much they want to reunite with you, how much they want to come closer together with you. If you are still in physical contact with this person, I want to make sure that I interpret this for you, because I think for a lot of you, you're in separation based on what I'm seeing here. But if you are not, this person might feel like the two of you have grown distant from each other emotionally, and they want to bring that connection back. So really, they just want to tell you how much they want to be close to you. But I think there's a lot going on in this person's life, in this person's mind, that is causing them to pull back right now. And their intentions are so good, though. Like, their intention is to move forward through this. Their intention is to focus on everything they're grateful for and all the ways that this absolutely could work. They just want you to know how much they're thinking about you and how much they care about you. So I think I'll leave your reading there, number one. This was actually really beautiful. I'm sending you all a ton of love and light. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you did like this reading. And I will see you in another one sometime soon. Bye. Hi, number two. If you were drawn to this opalite heart, this is going to be your reading, all about what your person wants to communicate with you. I want to give you a close-up of this because I feel like the white background just doesn't do this one justice. It's a really, really beautiful stone. Okay, let's jump into your oracle cards and see what your person wants to communicate. So I was going to take 2 cards for this portion of the reading, and for you, 3 cards came out. So let's look at what they are and just kind of make note of that, because I think there might be a lot that your person wants to communicate with you. They were trying to get more messages across than I had in mind for the reading. So the first card you got was Sea Turtle. And then we have Notification Red and Peach. So you got 2 of the color cards and 1 animal card. Okay. This is kind of like, this is weird energy. Let me just tell you, like, it's weird energy. So let's just kind of go through card by card and see, because I'm getting like a mixed message from this person. So the Sea Turtle card is a card about kind of going with the flow. It's a card about harmony. There's an ease to this sea turtle. So there is a message of ease here. And then we're straight into this Notification Red, which is really, this card is about urgency. So I think whatever your person wants to communicate with you, they want to tell you urgently. They want to tell you right now, like, or maybe yesterday. Like, they really want to get this across to you. And then we have Peach, which is kind of like a really happy, the peach represents a lot of just happiness, agreeability, just kind of like a joyful energy. So it feels like sort of back and forth. And the funny part about this is that the 3 cards did come out. So it really tells a story that I don't think would have been told had these 3 cards not come out, because I'm getting like this really easygoing energy, and then I'm getting this very urgent, like I'm seeing like sirens, kind of like, does that make any sense? No, like the flashing lights that accompany sirens. So think like fire truck, you know, flashing lights, like fire alarm, like urgent, something really trying to get your attention, and then something that's just very like cool, calm again, and very easygoing. So that's a funny energy because it's so up and down, back and forth. So I think that this person might want to tell you about a lot of ups and downs that have gone on in their life. There might be something that's gone on for this person that was very unexpected. They might be somebody who is typically very easygoing, and then something kind of prompted them to be on high alert, prompted something in their lives that made them act maybe differently, out of character. Okay, I'm getting a lot of different messages. So for some of you, this is somebody who did act out of character for like the last time the two of you were together or something. They may have had an outburst or gotten really angry about something, and it was out of character for them. And then I'm kind of thinking like they want to communicate with you that that was out of character, that they know that that was out of character, that you should not expect that sort of behavior from them again, because that's not who they are. That's not in alignment with who they are. Yeah, but for others, it really is just like something unexpected and some kind of out of the ordinary event has happened in this person's life, and they want to communicate that with you. If this person was just suddenly distant, or I think for maybe some of you, like communication stopped very abruptly, they want to communicate what happened, like what caused that, because something out of the ordinary occurred in their lives. For others of you, I think that this person is they are very easygoing. They're somebody who you have a lot of fun with, who it's like you flow with very easily and very naturally. But I think what they want to communicate to you is that all of that is kind of a front. Like there's kind of a facade. I think that this person isn't being their true authentic self when they're around you, and they really want to communicate as their true authentic self. And I think there's deeper feelings here. So I think this is somebody who presents a really cool exterior, and inside they're like flashing light, flashing red. Like they want to get your attention, but you would never know it. I am picking up on that for some of you. The conversation flows really easily between the two of you, which is, I think, what makes it even this kind of energy is even more at odds with that, because I think you would feel like because communication flows so easily, they would have said what's on their mind, but they actually haven't. Yeah. I think for others of you, if there was a conflict in your relationship, I think this person might come across as very unfazed, unbothered by this conflict, but underneath there might be something that's bothering them. There's something that's upsetting them. There's something that's worrying them, something on their mind very heavily. And they're not really communicating that to you. So this energy is a little bit difficult to decipher, especially because I think I might be picking up on some of your energy. So you're going to have to kind of maybe sort through this yourself, because it might be something that you are hurt about, some way that this person hurt you, and they want to really draw attention to that. They want to kind of let you know that, like, that they're aware. And I think in other cases it might just be that there was a hurt, but they weren't necessarily the cause of it. It's very interesting. We'll get into more of your oracle cards and kind of see, but it's like tapping into this person's energy feels a bit like a roller coaster. So that might be an indication of how your relationship has felt to you, or how just how it is to be around this person. And that could be viewed in different ways. It could be that it's a roller coaster, as in they're a lot of fun. They're kind of prone to do the unexpected. You never know what you're going to get with them, and it's exciting. It could go the other way too, where it kind of feels like you don't know what energy to expect from them. You don't know if they're going to be sweet, or if they're going to have an attitude, or if they're going to be really open about their feelings, if they're going to be closed off. It might be that you don't really know what to expect. And it also could be that they don't really know. Like they feel like the roller coaster in this. I think there's a lot they want to communicate to you, but they might not really know how, or in some cases even what they want to communicate. I think it's more the how. I think they aren't really sure how to broach the topic with you. But there is a feeling of like this person plays it real cool. And every time they have the opportunity to communicate with you, they play it real cool. So I think that you are not really aware of how they feel. Okay, let's get into more of your oracle cards. So we have, I know I was a distraction from your pain. I think this person might feel like, they feel like they might have hurt you in some way. Because the way that I'm reading this card in this context, I think that they want you to know the importance of this connection, because there's a little bit of a feeling that you may have been left feeling like, or left with the impression that you were just a distraction. Yeah, that you were just a distraction, that they weren't, maybe they weren't as serious about you as you thought. They want to address this with you. They want to tell you that it was more than that for them, that this wasn't just about a distraction from maybe another relationship, or from a painful or difficult area of their lives. It was more than that. Your connection was truly meaningful, or is truly meaningful for them. So I think that they might have this kind of this feeling that you might have felt like they tossed you away or tossed you aside. That is very interesting. I am like, another way to look at this, because it will be different for everyone, and this is a general reading. Another way to look at this is somebody who really has the ability to cheer you up, and kind of can distract from your pain. Some of that insecurity could be coming from their end of things. They may feel like that's the only way you see them, and they want to communicate so much more. Like they're not just a fun time or a good laugh. They have deeper feelings for you. I think there's like a desire for them to deepen the connection. Let's look into more of your cards. Okay, we have empathy. So I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation. Yeah, I think for the, okay, this person might have two very different sides to themselves. There feels like there's a bit of competing energy, and that's why this is maybe even a little bit hard to decipher, because it's almost like this person, it's like I'm reading for 3 people, maybe 4. So that could indicate a third party in some situations. Maybe this person was in a relationship, or you were in a relationship, but I don't think for all of you that that's the case. I think that it's like this person's bringing more to the table. They're bringing 2 sides of themselves to the table, and it's almost hard to tell like what's going on. So that is, I think that's what your person wants to communicate with you, because I think they know they're not being authentic. I think that there's another side to them that they really want to show you. There's maybe a deep, like a well of feelings for you that they have not, they've not expressed that to you, and they want you to see both sides of them. They want you to connect with them on a deeper level. Like we were talking about, they want to deepen the connection. That's what it is. It's like they almost feel like the connection can't be as deep as it should be, because they're not being as open as they should be. So they want you to see all sides of them. Then you also had stay optimistic about your love life. So positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. I do think this is a situation where both of you need to keep a positive outlook when it comes to this, because I think this person is wanting to open up more. They're wanting to kind of like show you that other part of themselves, and it feels like they just have this front of being very easygoing. Whenever I pick up on this energy, it really feels like it could be a friend type relationship, something that your person wants to blossom into more, or that you guys know how to relate to each other and get along on a certain level, and they want to deepen that, but they just don't know how. But overall, this person's asking you not to give up on them. I don't know what happened in your connection that would maybe make them think that you would give up on them, but they don't want you to give up on them. They want you to stay optimistic. They want you to hang in there. They want to bring some of the playfulness back in. So for some, it might be that some of that light-hearted energy and that playfulness kind of just faded out of this relationship, and they want to bring some of that back in. I think this person really is fun and lighthearted with that sea turtle and the peach energy, but something's holding them back. And I think it might just be the fact that they are not communicating openly. It's almost like it's stunting them. It's keeping them from being as connected as they could be. It's keeping the relationship from reaching the level that it could reach. Let's see what we have. Okay, we had the Tower come out, and that actually came out in the last reading as well. Five of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. Okay. So, yeah, that Tower card is just really making me, sorry guys, I just really moved the table there. That Tower card is really making me just be pulled back to this notification red. There is something really urgent that your person wants to communicate with you. There's something big that has taken place in their lives. There's something out of the ordinary that has taken place in their lives. And I think that it really left them in a dark place. So they really want you to understand that they are, they're navigating through that place. They're navigating through that darkness. They want you to understand and to be patient and to be empathetic when it comes to what they're going through in their lives, because I think something has really happened here that left this person feeling very alone. But they don't want to feel alone and abandoned when it comes to you. They don't want to feel left out in the dark when it comes to you. They want you to kind of stick this out with them, and they want to ask you to do that. I get the feeling that for some of you, this isn't someone who will ask for that. But that's what they want most of all, is they want you to kind of be that soft place for them to land when they're ready to do that, when they're ready to land there. And I do think, like, seeing the Tower card and the Five of Pentacles come out for this person, I do think that the pain is on their end. And I am like, they feel like whatever it was that they were going through, that you may have felt like you were just like a tool or like a plaything during a difficult time for them. And for them, they are really wanting to make it clear that there was a lot more to it than that. So for some of you, this might be a connection that kind of never really grew legs. Like, it didn't go that far before it kind of ran into a bit of a hiccup. But I think that's what this person is trying to communicate most of all, is that, like, it is just a bit of a hiccup. I think something's been really shaken up for them. This Ace of Cups showing up at the end this is really about new possibilities, and it's about connecting deeper on that heart level. It's about being emotionally invested in something. And I think that this person is now looking for more of that emotional investment. It does require something of them. It requires them to be more open. It requires them to let you know what's going on, because I think there's a lot that they haven't said. Some big stuff too, you guys. Like, I think they've been going through something that really shook up, like, their base, their foundation, everything that they accept as truth. It really shook that up, and it left them feeling really alone, and maybe even abandoned by somebody who was very, very close to them. So yeah, there is this feeling that they just want to make sure that you won't leave them. And if they have behaved out of character in any way, I do feel an apology coming through here. I think that out of character behavior could be explained by some of these events that were going on in their lives that were very disruptive. That's not to say that their behavior should be excused in any way. If they disrespected you, or if they were not treating you, you know, like the way you deserve to be treated, or the way you've come to expect to be treated. If they were not living up to that, then there's no excuse for that. But it does feel like it was out of character for them to behave in a really, like, harsh or cold way towards you. I want to pull a couple more cards. Okay, we have this Queen of Wands come out. Yeah, I think this energy for them is kind of turning around. I think that they want to just really be Ten of Cups. Yeah, you guys. I think they want to be their authentic selves with you. The Queen of Wands is is her most authentic self. So this, it doesn't matter what gender this person identifies as, but the Queen of Wands is very authentic, very passionate, very what is the word I'm looking for? The Queen of Wands goes for it. The Queen of Wands lives her true self. And I think this person hasn't been able to do that. They haven't been able to show up as their true authentic selves. And they want to not only communicate to you that they would like to show up as their authentic self, but they also, I think they view showing up as their authentic self as a form of communication. So they want to communicate with you in that way. They want to really show you who they are. And then there's this like 10 of Cups energy, which like, if we look at the 5 of Pentacles, I think these energies are about as opposite as you can get. So this person really wants to move into a new space with you. They want to kind of put whatever has gone on in their lives behind them and move into something a lot more hopeful, a lot more optimistic. This is probably why this person wants you to stay optimistic about the connection, because there's like a lot more coming here. There's that feeling of there's more to come, and whatever disrupted this in the past, it was like, it was out of character is the way it keeps coming through. It was out of character. It was unforeseen. It was unexpected. It was not a regular occurrence, but I think this person does need a little bit of time. So yeah, I think I will leave this reading there, number 2. Thank you so much for letting me read your cards. If you enjoyed this video, if it resonated, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And I will hopefully see you in a reading sometime soon. Bye. Hi, number 3. If you were drawn to this Angel Aura Quartz, this is going to be your reading. We're going to get messages from your person and find out what your person wishes that they could communicate to you. So let's jump in with your oracle cards. You actually got 2 color cards out of this deck, and this deck has all kinds of, like a mixture of all types of cards that are different topics. So you got 2 color cards. So let's see what we have. We have Pineapple and Amethyst. Okay. Right off, I have to just say, your person thinks the absolute world of you. Like, I think they're absolutely stunned. The word captivated is coming to my mind. They are captivated by you. So this is someone who you've really, you've caught their eye, you've caught their attention in some way. I think for some of you, this might be a fairly new connection, or something that hasn't been developed and explored very deeply yet. If this is someone you've been in connection with for a long time, I just want to say wow, because I think this person is really still feeling very drawn to you, very pulled to you. You really excite them. There's something about you that it's like they're gazing into. It is just such an odd feeling that I'm picking up on. It's like they could stare at you forever, or like there's something very sparkly, very intriguing, very captivating about you. So excuse the cheesy line, but this feels like the kind of situation where I want to say this person thinks you hung the moon. It's kind of a cheesy saying, but I think it kind of describes what's going on here better than anything else I could say. I think this person is very, very drawn to you, very, just very captivated. There's something about your energy that excites them. So I'm trying to kind of tap into that and figure out what that's about, because I think that for most of you, this is a case where this person hasn't really communicated to you just how much they feel for you, or how drawn they feel to you. And there is some element of excitement. There's some element of surprise when it comes to you. So your meeting may have been by surprise, or there might be some element of chance involved in this connection, but it does feel like you've surprised them in many ways. It's like almost like they've peeled back some layers and they're always surprised by what they found, or just being around you is not monotonous at all. You break up their day, you kind of break up the humdrum of it all. I think you keep this person on their toes. And all of this is in the best way. This might sound a little bit rude, but I'm not saying this about the person. I think that this is how that your person would describe you, is almost like their life was really boring until they met you. And I feel like it's that kind of boredom that they didn't even know was happening. They didn't even realize how bored they were or how unfulfilling or monotonous life had become until you came into their world. Because there's just something here that feels like they became more alive when you entered their world. They really woke up. Almost like everything looked shiny and new to them. So they were viewing the world and everything in it and their entire lives and entire existence kind of through a new lens, through like a sparkly filter is what's coming through. Like now things look a lot more appealing to them. Things seem a lot more exciting to them. So I am kind of picking up that this might be something new. I think that there's a depth to what this person wants to communicate with you. And I think it's a depth of their feelings, because they feel so much fondness towards you. I think it goes beyond that. I think they're absolutely captivated by you, and I don't think that they have made that known to you yet. There's something that they want to communicate to you about how special they think you are, about how unique they think you are. I think you're bringing some kind of shake up to their lives, or when they see you, their whole day is shaken up, and in the best way. So I think that they might try to hint at this from time to time, that you really brighten up their day or that you really sparkle. And I don't know if they've gotten up the nerve to come right out and say it. I'm thinking not. I'm thinking that they really do want to communicate that to you. There's also a feeling here that they have an instinct about you. So with this amethyst here, I think this person is very intuitive and they trust their intuition. At least they are trusting their intuition when it comes to you. And they feel some sort of instinct about you. So I think that even if you've met this person recently, they were immediately drawn to you and they almost feel this instinctive pull, this instinctive pull towards you. Not pull. That they kind of want to discuss this with you. Like they want to talk to you about just how innately drawn they feel toward you. They have a feeling, like they have a gut feeling. And I am, for this connection, I think it's new or it's something that didn't get explored, but it's like they've known that this was going to be a very important connection for them. They've kind of sensed the weight of this, the importance of this from the beginning. It's really interesting. I think that the two of you might be connected on a higher level, on a soul level, and I think that this person really picks up on that. I think that their higher selves really tries to communicate with you through messages to your higher self. So I feel like this is a connection that may have already come together more on a spiritual level, more on a kind of ethereal plane, and maybe hasn't come in to its fullest fruition in the 3D. The funny thing about this energy is for some of you, I don't think this is someone that you've met yet. I think this is someone who is going to come into your life, and what they want to tell you is really a message from their higher selves that they already sense you, that they already can detect you, they already have a feeling about you, that they are like, it's almost like they're ready and they're kind of sending that message to you. So that's only for some of you. That's only going to resonate for some of you. If you've had that feeling like there's somebody out there that you just haven't met yet, but it feels like they're getting closer and closer, because there is this feeling of like it's imminent, like this is a feeling that you've had with you for a while, that someone very important was going to come into your life. That person that's out there for you is feeling the exact same way about you and is actually sensing your presence and has already started to communicate with you in ways that maybe some of you are able to pick up on. That's super interesting energy. I wasn't expecting that. Okay. I think that also what they want to tell you, especially if you haven't met this person, but they want you to know that you're going to recognize them by how alive they make you feel, because they have recognized you by how alive you make them feel. So if this is someone you've been in physical contact with, they developed this instinctual feeling about you and this sort of gut feeling right from the start, because something awakened within them that made them really keenly aware that this connection was significant. It feels like this person feels like they don't have to think around you. Like they don't have to think about who they are or what they're going to say. They just act on instinct, and like everything flows naturally when they're around you. So they definitely think you've come into their life for a reason, or that you will come into their life for a very significant reason. Okay, that's, wow. That was kind of powerful, and the connection just feels so, like, it feels so strong and so, I want to say purposeful. Like it feels like there's something really to this connection. There's something significant that's going to aid in the growth of both of you on a soul level. And it's like this person knows that. They have this feeling about that, and they want to communicate that feeling to you. So let's get a hidden truth oracle for you. My life is not as together as it seems. Okay, so this could be somebody who you might feel like they kind of have things figured out. They might be somebody who comes across as very stable. Like we were talking about that boring, monotonous life. There might be a kind of predictability about this person, but there is something that's making them hold back communicating this to you. And there's something they want to get right in their life. There's something they want to put in order in their life before they feel comfortable communicating. I think there's healing here. There's healing happening on both sides. This connection feels, this feels like for some of you, this could be a past life connection. And like there are different karmic cycles that need to end, and there are some things that need to be healed and cleaned up. So this is, yeah, that's interesting energy to come through for this. I think they have a lot of feelings that they want to sort out. And it's just funny that they might see, they might really think that you are not aware of their feelings at all, which really puts them in a position of wanting to have everything straight before they come to you with the depth of how they're feeling about you. They really might want to have all of their ducks in a row, so to speak, before they broach this topic. Let's look at some more of your oracle cards. You guys actually got two in this category, and I was only planning to take one. So, okay, you got honesty and courage. So, this person really, really wants to tell you how they feel. And this is a matter of having the courage to do it. So I think they do get a little down on themselves sometimes, thinking that they have to have everything in perfect order before they let you know how they feel and let you know how special you are in their lives. But they're finding the courage to bring all of this up to you. I think that this is the kind of an energy that I see a lot. There's usually an element of this. So I think this is definitely true with your person. I think that when people develop really strong feelings and they're not communicated kind of as they're developing, or the feelings come on so fast and so strong, it can be really difficult to bring up these topics and to express all of this emotion, because it starts to feel really bottled up and it starts to feel like it's under a lot of pressure. So I think this person kind of feels like if they start to tell you how they feel, so much might come out, and they don't really want to reveal that much to you all at once because they think they might come on a little bit strong. So they want to kind of let this unfold in a more natural way, or maybe not so much more natural, but in a more typical way. They want the relationship to kind of blossom and develop in a more typical way. But I think the feelings that they have about you aren't typical at all. The feelings are very strong, and they're very tapped into you. They're very tapped into your energy, and they're very, it's like they've got their eye on you. It's like, I don't mean that in a creepy way, but it just kind of feels like, after knowing you, nothing will be the same for them. It's almost like, okay, here's the example that's coming to mind. It's like maybe somebody enjoys a particular candy or fruit that has a little bit of sweetness to it, and it's fine. Like, they appreciate it. It tastes delicious, and they never knew that there was anything out there that was sweeter or that tasted better. But then they have a different type of fruit that is much sweeter, or they have a piece of candy that's full of sugar, and now the thing that once tasted really sweet to them doesn't really pack the same punch. It doesn't really hit the same after that. So it's like this person knows that nothing's going to hit the same after experiencing you, after being around you. And I think that for those of you who are in physical contact with this person, they never feel as good as when they're around you. As soon as you leave the area and they have to just interact with, the same people, like the boring people. I think it's kind of how they view things now. It's like nobody's quite as sparkly, as intriguing, as interesting as you are. So this might be somebody who you've had deep conversations with, or you've shared like a particular interest of yours with them, and you've really intrigued them. You probably opened their mind a little bit. The Angel Aura Quartz too, like, it's interesting you picked this. This stone really kind of represents like purity and goodness. So I think that this person really just sees you as a cut above in a lot of different ways. So after being around you, it's like you kind of ruined everything else for them. You kind of ruined the possibility of like meeting somebody that they actually find interesting, or somebody that they think is as beautiful as you are. That's another thing with this pile. I don't think like for the other readings I really got too far into anything physical, but I think in this reading there is certainly a feeling of physical attraction, of strong physical attraction coming from your person. And it's like they feel a little bit shy to let you know just how attractive they find you and just how pulled towards you they feel. And that's kind of like mentally, physically, spiritually, they feel really pulled towards you. Okay, one more oracle card. Okay, you guys got very soon. So it's funny because this card says clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And I think that that's kind of that clarity that we were just talking about. It's like they have a lot of clarity when it comes to you. They're pretty clear on how they feel. They're just not that clear on how they want to communicate it. But you getting these cards, honesty, courage, and very soon, this person, I don't doubt that this person is going to come forward with their feelings really, really soon. We're going to look into the tarot and see what else we see. And maybe we can find something else out about this person. Because, they seem so enamored with you. I think there's just something about you. I feel like that's kind of how they feel. There's just something about you. They might not even really be able to put their finger on it, like what it is exactly that you're doing, why they find you so fascinating. But they just know that they do. They just know that every time they're around you, they feel uplifted. They feel refreshed. They feel, it's almost like somebody plugged them into a socket. It's like they're so energized. They're so enlivened when they're around you. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, you got the Sun card. That's that energy I was just talking about, that like someone plugged them into a socket. It's like someone powered them up. Your presence really powers this person up. They want to express to you how special you are to them and how wonderful you make them feel, like how alive you make them feel, how much you brighten up their day, how much you break up the humdrum, boring life. I don't know if you would consider yourself feisty or really energetic or super funny or anything like that, but it's like this person sees you like that. This person is so so tuned into you that when you're in the same room, they can't look anywhere else. Like they're just so drawn to every little thing that you do and everything that you say. Yeah, it's just interesting that you got the Sun card. So let's see, I'm going to pull at least one more card. So you also have the Nine of Wands. So this person is feeling, they're really keeping themselves under control. At least they have been. I think that's coming to an end with this very soon card, because I think like very soon they are going to relinquish control of this and really start getting honest with you about how they're feeling. But there is kind of a feeling of maintaining boundaries. So this might be a situation where they thought that they would be crossing a line, stepping over some boundary to tell you how they feel. Let's see. Ten of Pentacles. Yeah. This person likes you so much. It's just, I love this energy. I feel like you're just it for them, and they really want to just tell you how special you are. And I think the only hang up that they have, which is so, I love this kind of energy because there's always something, and that's life, you know, there's always something, there's always some bigger reason, there's always something deeper. And I think there might be something deeper here too, because it does feel like this person has kind of put themselves on a short leash when it comes to you. Like they are holding back for a reason, but it feels like a lot of why they're holding back is because of how strongly they feel about you, and not because of any kind of like huge wound or huge trauma or deception on anyone's part. It's like they just feel so strongly that they're almost afraid to, I'm seeing like rushing water. So this image is probably coming to me because water represents our emotions. So I'm seeing like almost like they wouldn't be able to turn the floodgates off if they started to communicate with you about this. And that's really scary to them, the idea that they might tell you too much, or their feelings might be perceived as too strong, or that they're coming on too too fast. So it feels like a lot of that restraint is just them trying to temper this a little bit. They want to like approach things, you know, and like a normal person. And I think the strength of their feelings and just how drawn they feel to you makes them feel not like a normal person. It feels a little unusual to them. And I think this kind of connection might be a little bit unusual. So it is unusual, but it's really special. And I think they're going to be communicating about that very soon. The Courage card really lets me know that it is taken a lot. They've had to think about this. They've had to build up the nerve in order to even think about approaching you like this, but they are. I am also really drawn to just all of the purples that you guys have going on with the Amethyst card especially, but there's a lot of purple here. So it's really just drawing my attention to a more spiritual connection, something that's like on a higher plane. And that's probably why it feels so like I don't want to say unusual, because it's not really that. It's like indescribable and like it's just that this was connected on such a higher level. I feel like it would be surprising if you didn't feel a similar way about this person, because I think that your souls may have recognized each other. And like I was saying, for some of you, you haven't even met this person yet, and your souls are already recognizing each other. They're already kind of tapped into each other, and you're really drawing this person into your life, and they're drawing you into their life. But what they want with you is something, it's something big. They feel alive and they feel happy around you. They feel like they can conquer anything around you. They feel like there's no no chance of having a down day when you're in their life. So they're very grateful to have your presence, and they just feel so alive and like warmed by you and warmed by your energy, really. Yeah. There's some sort of divine element when it comes to this connection. So I'd love to hear in the comments, like, if you felt this way about this person, or if you felt like the impending approach of somebody that is like divinely sculpted for you. What an odd way to say it. That's yeah, I think that's actually from your person. I think I'm picking up on your person. If your person's some sort of artist or like actually sculpt something, that would be kind of cool. But I think that it's really that they think that you were perfectly crafted for them. And the idea of telling you that is kind of scary. It feels like a bit much to them. But that's kind of like the overall feeling. They just think it's perfect. So they do see this developing into something more. They kind of see the two of you having it all together, and they're going to want to talk about this really soon because they don't want to lose you. They don't want to lose this. Like, if you have this sun energy in your life, you don't want to lose that. Nothing thrives without the sun, and that's kind of how they feel. They just aren't going to thrive without you. So I think I'm going to leave that there. This was a really beautiful reading. It really cheered me up. Like I said in the beginning, your person just thinks the absolute world of you. And they think that you are perfect for them. So it's beautiful energy. If you resonated with this, please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And I will see you really soon in another reading. Bye. Hi, number 4. If you were drawn to this strawberry quartz, this is going to be your reading. We're going to get messages from your person and find out what your person wants to communicate to you. I do want to start off this group by just letting you know kind of some of the attributes associated with the strawberry quartz, because this stone is really a lot about love. It's about self-love and about self-confidence, and it's a stone that can really help you with self-esteem. It's also just it's just a stone about love, like in general, and about abundance. And it also there's this feeling with the strawberry quartz. It's like it can help you find your perfect love partner. So if you were drawn to this stone, I just already am feeling messages come through about kind of the perfection of this. So we're going to look into your cards, and we're going to start with some oracle cards and then finish up with tarot. But I want to keep that in mind. So I wanted to throw that out there right from the beginning, that there's a strong feeling of this sense of finding your perfect love. And this might have a lot to do with what this person wants to communicate to you. So let's look at your first oracle cards. You got an environment card and an animal card. So first you have Galaxy, and you have Bison. Okay. Yeah, it's funny because for this group, the messages just started coming so fast right from the beginning. So I do want to say that I have tapped into your person's energy, and I already just kind of want to laugh because basically with this Galaxy card, I can tell that this person's mind has been blown by you. So immediately it's like what this person wants to tell you is they can't really believe that out of all of the people, or out of all of the places, out of all the stars in the sky and all the galaxies, it's like the fact that they met you, the fact that the two of you crossed paths, is kind of crazy to them. They are having thoughts kind of along those lines of like not being able to believe that the two of you found each other. And that just takes me right back to the stone. That message was coming through just right away for your group. Your person's in disbelief. They think that some other force must have orchestrated things to bring the two of you together, because they really must feel like you're their perfect match, you're their perfect partner. Now, the reason I wanted to laugh initially when I saw these cards is because I'm getting the feeling that this is the first time this person had a thought like this. I'm getting the feeling this is the first time this person has pondered galaxies and soulmates, or people meant to be, people wandering from distant lands and different corners of the earth to find each other. It's like they've become this romantic. They've become more spiritual. Their mind has been opened to new possibilities that they never even considered before. And this bison energy is the energy of someone who's very pragmatic, somebody who's very logical, somebody who's very stable. I am picking up on that for a lot of you. Your person might have a scientific background or a scientific mind. So this is someone who leans more towards the facts, especially with this like energy of space and like galaxies, stars, planets. It's like this is the type of person that would look at the scientific facts when it comes to like kind of like they wouldn't gaze at the stars in a romantic sense. They would look at the stars and kind of spit out the facts about what's going on in the sky. So this would be like an astronomy person. Like they would lean science, and as soon as you came into their life, it's like now they're more of an astrology person. They're more interested in like the mysticism of things. They're more interested in the romanticism of things. They're more interested in even romanticizing things, which is, it feels like a real divergence from their usual pattern. I think this person wants to communicate some of that stuff to you. I think there's a strong feeling that you might be a little bit more spiritually inclined, or a little bit more of an outside of the box thinker, maybe a little less factual and scientific. Like your mind has already been opened to these possibilities, and you don't need like a book or a formula to tell you something. If you have the feeling, you know it's true. I think for your person, this is their first experience with this. So you coming into their lives has shifted everything for them. If you've had deep talks about like spiritual matters, you really opened this person's mind. If you haven't yet been able to discuss some of these things, I think this person really, like, they want to get your take on things. They want to test the waters with you because they're feeling more this way. They're feeling more like this must have been fated. This has to have been meant to be, almost like it was written in the stars. Okay, so this is all kind of coming full circle. That's the easiest way to sum it up. They feel like it was written in the stars for the two of you to come together. But they have never before in their lives been a person who would say something like that, who would think something like that, who would feel something like that. They didn't believe in anything like that. They would say that was complete BS if they heard somebody else say it. And now they're starting to have those kind of feelings. Just because this connection it's kind of like it's shaken them to the point that they think this can't just be by chance. Like there's no way this is by chance. So they're open to a lot more possibilities. And I think they're doing a lot of work kind of challenging their typical way of thinking about things. That can be difficult for a person because it's like breaking out of a steel box. They have their ways of viewing the world. They have their thought patterns, and they're having to kind of like shatter all of that because it was shattered for them. So I guess maybe that was a poor choice of words. Maybe they're not having to shatter it, but it was almost like it was shattered for them. I think that there's a willingness I'm feeling in their energy. So maybe part of that was shattered, but now maybe they're doing a little bit of the shattering themselves. Maybe they're kicking down some walls themselves because they're starting to see things for themselves. I think this is the type of person we're seeing really is believing, and it's always been that way for them. And what they've seen with you is helping them to believe in a way that is almost shifting that whole mindset into believing is seeing. And that's like That's the opposite of everything this person would have stood for in the past. They would not know what that even means. Believing is seeing. It's like, no, put the facts right in front of my face, and if I see it, then I'll tell you it's true. But yeah, their whole perspective has been turned on its head now. So I think there's a strong chance that you triggered a spiritual awakening in them. They even potentially triggered this awakening in you. I am picking up on that for most of you. You were a little bit more spiritually advanced than this person going into this, so this might not have triggered an awakening for you, but it may have. It really may have kind of sent you into a bit of a spiral and into a period of discovery because of this connection. So let's get some messages from your person from the Hidden Truth Oracle. I'm so attracted to you, and I want to tell you how I feel. Okay. That's pretty straightforward. I kind of feel like that's the end. Ta-da! Because that's what they want. They're so attracted to you. They're so attracted to you in more ways than one. It's not just physical. They feel drawn to you. They feel pulled to you. They feel like something pulled them to you, and vice versa. So, they want to communicate that to you. They want to tell you about that. And they want to tell you about how their perspective has shifted. I just started... See, I think for some of you, this might be somebody that that maybe could not see things your way in the past. They might have been really closed off to possibilities that you presented in the past, and now they're starting to see... just kind of like see more of your point of view, and they're coming to this realization on their own. So there is kind of that feeling of like, I want to tell you now, like how I've changed, how what you were saying to me before that didn't make sense, how now it makes a lot of sense to me, and like I'm seeing it for myself. I'm seeing it with my own eyes. That's kind of this person's MO. They have to see it for themselves, and you know, maybe not so much anymore. Like, I think they're learning to trust their intuitive feelings a little bit. But they always wanted the facts before. You also have peace. So, I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. This connection has brought your person a lot of peace, a lot of inner peace. And I kind of feel like that's coming from... strangely enough, I think that because this person now is starting to open up to the idea of trusting kind of like a higher power, even trusting their higher selves, being more open to ideas like that, they're being brought a lot of peace, because I think that before they almost wanted to muscle their way through everything. They want to they want to control everything. They want to have their hands on the wheel at all times. They want to be really in control and know the facts, and they don't deviate from the facts. But it's interesting, this idea and this kind of feeling and concept of there being more, of there being like a higher power, or there being a spiritual side of things. The idea of this is what I think scared this person the most. If we look at these two cards, this is kind of like the internal battle that's going on with this person. This bison is very grounded. It's a really earthy energy, a very large, heavy animal that's very securely like planted on the ground. And then when we look at this galaxy energy and we think about like the stars, the heavens, the astral bodies, this is the complete opposite energy. So I think this person, like, because they have been so grounded, so like feet firmly on the ground, the idea of floating off into space scared them. It like, that's the ultimate loss of control. And I think some of their like factual nature has a lot to do with control. They want to control the outcome. They want to know the outcome before they have even done the experiment. They want to know the answer, and that scared them to not know the answer. The funny thing is that once they were, I feel like, kind of forced into this position, they're actually finding a lot of peace with the idea that they don't have to have the answer, that they don't have to be in control, that beautiful, wonderful, spectacular, unexpected things can be orchestrated, that things can be fated, that that maybe the two of you knew that you were going to come together. Maybe the two of you planned it, like something that was predestined. And that's not an idea they would have subscribed to, but it's actually like, it's taking the pressure off of them. It's just letting them know that like life has beautiful things planned for you. And sometimes you cannot control every element, every aspect of a situation. And it's just bringing them a lot of peace and clarity. It's just funny though. It's like, I do feel like there is this fish out of water feeling. It's like, imagine this bison floating up in space. Like, this bison does not belong in space. So there, you know, like this person feels a bit like, hey, I'm out of my element here. I think that a lot of what they want to communicate to you is this feeling of being out of their element, because it's like you sort of, you have them floating in space at this point, and they just like, they're used to having their feet on the ground. And so they want to communicate this to you. They want to tell you how they feel. They want to tell you how drawn they are to you. And I think some of that urge to communicate with you is because they want to know, like, do you feel like this too? Have you ever felt like this before? What is this? What is this feeling? So I have the feeling that this person kind of, there's like this sense that they rely on you for like some of this information, or that they derive some of their stability from you, which I think is really sweet, because this person's coming across as the stable person. Like, they are very stable and grounded, and they still find your energy to be very stable and grounded. They feel kind of connected to you in that way, like you're their match, their pair, well, I think we're back to this, their perfect love, so that they're not ever really feeling all that stable when they don't have you. But this connection opened up a whole new world of possibilities to them. It's like, it is a whole new world. It's like they've been shoved into a new land that's totally foreign to them, and they don't have a map. And this is certainly a person who would want a map. This is the person who would have a map. Like, if you know those people, like you go on a trip with them, they are not leaving anything to chance. They have a map, they have a backup map, they have some intricate high-tech GPS system. They want to know the answers. They want to know what's around that corner before you turn. And now they've been kind of thrown into a situation where they can't possibly have all of the answers. So let's look at your Romance Angels card. So free yourself. This is what your person is feeling. So your person really wants to let go of all of this control. They really do they just want to fall into this a little bit. They almost like, they want to float around in space with you a little bit. Now they see the advantage of it. Now they see what it would be like to not have to have everything so planned, or to have a more open mind when it comes to the possibilities, to even feel something this deep. This person really gives me the sense that this is not typical for them. They have not felt anything like this. I wouldn't be surprised if this was someone who said like they don't believe in love, or they don't believe in romance. And I think you kind of changed that for them. So let's look at some tarot. And see what else your person wants to communicate. Okay, Justice. I'm trying not to like speak too soon, but it's like, I think that this person's desire to tell you how they feel is going to go beyond a desire, because the Justice card can really indicate that the truth of something is going to come forward. The truth is going to come out. And I think this person really wants to let the truth out. I feel more of like an urgency on their part. And it's not that they're going to be rash or really urgent about this, but it's like they have all the motivation to express these things to you, because they actually do feel quite untethered, and like they just feel so different that they want to discuss it with you. I think it's going to bring them a lot of peace to discuss it with you. This Emperor card is taking me right back to that Bison energy. This is someone who really values being in control and having things balanced. Two of Pentacles, as I'm saying that. Two of Pentacles is all about balance. So they really do value that stability and that groundedness and that balance. I think that, see, it's just interesting because every tarot card that came out is pointing to this person's Bison nature. And I think that that is really, that's actually really important, because I knew that it was really significant, but this lets me know just how significant, like how set in their ways they really were until you. So this person wants to communicate all that with you, and they want to release themselves from the binds of this, from the hold of this. They're not going to give up their personality. Like, they're not going to give up their groundedness, their stability, their like their ability to keep things kind of in order, in line, to juggle things. They're not going to give that up, especially if this, like, this area of their lives extends to their job or their career, because I do pick up on that for a lot of you, they might do something that's very pragmatic, very like scientific based, or that requires a lot of focus or accuracy. So this is just like, it's a strong part of who they are, but they really are opening their minds to new possibilities. And I think what they're going to find, or what they may have already found, is that kind of being more willing to accept some of these new possibilities actually brings them more success when it comes to their career, or maybe just it helps them in the way that they think. Like, it helps them with this new perspective to kind of apply some of this outside of the box thinking to a lot of this balance and stability that they already have going on. So I think it's actually going to be really beneficial to them. Like I was saying, a lot of this has brought them a lot of peace, but I do see this person expressing their feelings to you because they really want to let themselves out of the little box that they have trapped themselves in, and they want to just like float away with you. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. I think that this person was really stuck in their ways. So yeah, this might be a past connection for some of you. And there was just something that the two of you couldn't see eye to eye on. There was just something that this person wasn't getting. And I think that they have opened their mind now, and they do understand. So they are motivated to express this to you. So I'm going to leave that there, and hopefully I will see you in another reading again sometime soon. I'm sending you all lots of love and light. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you soon. Bye.